these are the league matches I've played for the Divekick Infinite League, and my main character for this league that I picked is Johnny Gat. Currently I'm playing Hanson, who's going Mr. N. This matchup is, I want to say, Gat has to use his normals to kind of keep Mr. N from building enough meter and using the float to psych Gat out. Now, when I'm playing Gat here, oh, you notice down there my button UI is a little broken, so I think I get that fixed in the next match, but for this first match, I might turn it off in the middle, so that'll probably turn off. In any case, let's get back to the match. So Johnny Gat's special, his air special is called Grab Gun. You might not see me use it a lot here, but I might use it as an escape. If I make a bad jump, I'll want to trigger it so that I have, basically I can leave myself in the air just for a few seconds or a second and a half, in case I'm trying to dodge something. It might not be great, but it's something to do if I'm going to get hit anyway. That right there is my kick factor, and so what happens when Johnny Gat activates kick factor is that his partner Shandi comes out and she starts shooting dubstep bullets. If I had the music on, you would actually hear dubstep music cue as she comes out, but I have music turned to 0, so you can't really hear that. But you can see these like bullets fly from the side of the screen, and if they hit the other player will have reverse buttons for a second, and every time a dubstep bullet hits, that'll happen again. So it can be a little random, and trying to get a kill off it is pretty tough, but it is one of the tools in Gat's toolbox. Now, I take this first match from Hanson pretty easily. I'm not sure if he's adjusted to playing Mr. N yet. This is something new from Hanson that I haven't seen before, so we'll see how the second match goes. My key to fighting Mr. N as Johnny Gat is to kind of attack right in front of Mr. N. He's got a really wide belly, a really wide hurt box, and you're hoping to stop his advancement by kicking in front of him. The reason you don't want to kick underneath him or where he would be is he has that float. And right there, I muscle memory into a punish, and he does a little. He hits the brakes and he hits me in the head. Now, as soon as you're headshot, you're in a very bad position because Mr. N is really good at chaining these headshots. So I have to find some way to not get headshot a third time here. Looks like I'm moving forward just a little bit. Now I'm backing up. Ooh, barely missed being concussed right there. Hanson just overkicked just by a little bit. Alright, I'm moving forward here, pressuring his meter. When he doesn't have any meter at all, that's a good time to come in for an attack because you know he can't do it a float. Now he's got meter float. Oh, there's the grab gun. I made a bad jump. I think the grab gun saved me from a headshot. Hanson didn't have enough meter to float, but he was in the air high enough to kick me. A little bit of a scramble there. I used the grab gun again because I felt like it did a bad jump, but Hanson still zeroes in and kills me and ties up the set. But I think what my game plan I'm doing here is working decently well. I just have to make sure not to make bad jumps. If I'm using my grab gun, that means I'm making mistakes, so the less I do that, the better. Alright, just walking forward gets me the kill. That can happen if Mr. N comes in and doesn't recognize or respect the space. One good thing about Johnny Gat is his kickback. He's got a very good kickback. It retreats really fast and high, and it can get away from a lot of things. The only problem is it's kind of double-edged in that if you try to do a kickback and you don't kick right away, it'll make you go pretty far back, so you give up a lot of space when you use it. But it does make it easier to dodge attacks, and hopefully I can use it here to kind of get away from Mr. N's quick attack. There's another bad jump. I'm still dying, but at least it wasn't a headshot. Whenever Hanson gets hit in the head, he loses. He has a neck pillow, so he won't be concussed. So I'm not sure I'll ever see Mr. N in a concussed state. But right now, I only need one more win. So even if I get a headshot here, which I do, it doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm up now 2-1 in the set, and I've got one more to close it out. Still feel like the game plan is working in terms of pressuring Hanson's meter build and trying to hit him as he comes forward, or just straight up dodging and kicking him. I do have to keep an eye on his meter because I know that my muscle memory will want to try to punish bad kicks, and Mr. N's always trying to bait you into that. Oof, I got too far inside. Hanson recognizes it with a little float. Gave him time to see the situation and just kicks. My kickback isn't going to save me from being that far deep underneath him. Alright. Luckily, I didn't get a second headshot there. I think it was because I turned around. Ooh, getting those toe taps, always good to see. Yep, just continuing to move forward, hit in front of Mr. N, and Hanson hasn't been respecting it, so I'm getting him in the toes. Ooh. I might have been thinking I can get the landing there after he spent his meter, but that was a bad judgment on my part. Now I have to avoid getting headshot again. Luckily I held my button, did not kick, and I was able to punish Hanson coming in. Alright, ground game gets it for Johnny Gat for this first set. Alright, let's see, I got the buttons working now, as you can see on the bottom. You can see my button presses now. It looks like I'm playing against JrJam, who's new to the Divekick Infinite League. We saw JrJam at the Faustings tournament do pretty well. I believe we played with him before the tournament, the Frosties, to do some practice, so JrJam plays a really good Shafeli, and we're going to see how Johnny Gat fares against Shafeli. One thing to note is that Johnny Gat's kick factor, this is probably the best matchup for his kick factor. Because it causes buttons to switch, and you're always trying to hold like the kick button while you're Shafeli, when your button gets switched, you end up dropping your charge. So most of the time I'm probably not going to try to use my specials and just be playing for kick factor here. In the beginning I was kind of deciding between the kick jam or the dive jam. Kick jam allows me to get some headshots once Shafeli's head gets a lot bigger, but the dive jam allows me to jump higher and chain headshots, but the kick jam will allow me to get underneath kicks a little bit more. I tend to go for the under here, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to use that situation more often than trying to chain headshots. Alright, that particular interaction I stayed far back because Shafeli had kick factor and I was too afraid to go against his boom kick. I throw a car once I'm about to run out of my kick factor, but it doesn't help me, and he defense line successfully. Alright, ooh, I slip right underneath. I get a little bit of a shifted headshot there, but yeah, being able to get underneath those kicks and get behind Shafeli will go a long way. That kickback of Johnny Gat showing its strength by getting away from that kick there. Looks like I caught JrJam charging a little bit too much by rushing in. About to get kick factor here. We'll see. I'll try to back up and activate it so that Shandy shows up on the opposite side of the screen. That means the bullets will be a lot closer to the opponents when they start coming out. If I activate it and she shows up on my side of the screen, I have to start all the way from the left side before it actually, like the bullet will have to travel from left to right before it actually hits the other player. So I always try to activate kick factor so that it's shooting from behind them. Alright, looks like maybe JrJam's going for a gem change here. Yeah, it looks like he's going for kick gem now. I'm sticking with kick gem for Gat. I figure going underneath was working. I'm going to try to keep that going. If I feel like that he's kicking a lot lower, then maybe I'll switch to dive jump later, but for now it's working fine. So a lot of facing Shafeli is respecting his charge. If he charges, you kind of have to back up because his kick is just so fast. Ooh, that was a very good attempt, or not really attempt, but approach with the boom kick. He jumped into my my kickback at the right moment where I couldn't really attack him as he came in. And so maybe I should be careful with my timing of building meter while he's charged. Ooh, that's bad spacing on my part. I tried to get right in front of him as he's kicking down, but I didn't gauge the kick speed that well, and I ended up getting hit. Good rush down on my part there. I think I'm underneath. Okay, when he gets stuck in that air special animation, I'm able to kind of jump up in it. I eat the disqualified and lose my meter, but I get the kill for it. So it's a trade for me. I'm not that reliant on my meter. It is nice to get kick factor, but I feel like my normals are pretty good here. Alright, now I'm thinking if I'm going to back up or trying to move forward, and looks like I barely dodged that charged kick. It was overlapping the bottom of my feet, which isn't hittable while I'm in the air, but JrJam just slightly missing there. I wonder if I'm contemplating changing the stage. I'm not really fond of the downfall stage that has the rain. But it looks like I just continue. Oof. I think JrJam is going to win most of those close foot-to-foot interactions. He does have the better kickbox. If Johnny gets over, then he can do well because his kickbox is decent as well. But if it's ever like on the sides, I think JrJam is going to win that. Okay, I'm going to have to back up here because of the charge. I'm just building, try to get kick factor. Able to get underneath, probably get a kill. Alright, Shandi's now set up behind JrJam, which is really good. Let's see if I can utilize the kick factor and get him to miss his kicks. Ooh. I read the distance there. I'm pretty sure that maybe he lost his charge and I was able to get over it because he lost his charge. But in any case, that was a really close interaction. Ooh, I don't get the turnaround there, so I totally whiff and go too high. Still able to get underneath and get a kick. Alright, let's see if I can close it out. Alright, I'm gonna have to back up because of the charge. Yep, there it is. So as JrJam charges, you just want to make sure to back up and respect the space that he commands. He shouldn't be able to hurt you if you're all the way back there. And in order to not to keep the match progression, you want to try to build up meter at the same time. This is match I'm playing against AxemJinx. He plays the Baz, and this is a pretty bad matchup for Gat. With Johnny, his foot is very low when he jumps and attacks, and so hitting a character that stays in the air most of the time is going to be pretty hard for Johnny. And unfortunately, his kick factor doesn't afford him extra height or speed, and so he doesn't really have a major tool to give the Baz problems. Kick factor can mess up the Baz's buttons, who has to press a lot of buttons to make his air game work, but the Baz can still kind of run away decently effectively. And I think my plan here was to try to just use kick factor to get him to mess up, and in the meantime try to pressure before he gets any meter for air special as well. Oh. Oh man, I really love this moment because I saw that the Baz was probably going to do some meter builds very far away, and I wanted to throw in a cheeky car. Oh, and I ended up hitting that car. There, I thought I was going to hit that swing. I guess my kick wasn't fast enough, and I get punished for it. But yeah, being able to land a car, I think that's a good mental win. Hopefully I can ride that feeling. Ooh, double lightning from the Baz. Well executed there. I probably should have gotten away. Maybe I thought I was looking for a place of when I'm going to activate my kick factor here. Alright, he should be messing up his buttons, but as you can see, he's kind of playing very safely and running away, so it's going to take a little bit for me to actually catch him. Okay, he got stuck in the corner, and he had to make a choice of swinging away, but that's sometimes if he gets hit by a bullet, it's going to be tough and he might drop. Looks like he just messes up. Oh, and my approach there was really bad. I had to be a little bit closer to hit him on that retreat. Yeah, it looks like Axem is playing really safe. He's kind of just using one swing to get away. I've got kick factor going now. Oof. I probably should have been able to see that that lightning coming. I think the first time I did a kickback before that, I was actually expecting lightning. He didn't throw it, and maybe I thought he was going to throw it that time, but I feel like the lightning there is probably one of the often moves, and I should always be looking out for it. Thinking about what I'm supposed to do in this matchup, it's pretty rough. Since kick factor is not something I can rely on for a kill, what can I do? I think playing through it, kick factor is decent, and I think I get into situations where if I can push him so that he has to deal with kick factor and not run away, then I'll get more use out of it. And the only way you can do that is by kind of timing your kick factor activation with the end of the round, so he has to make towards center. So I might try that out. If he has to deal with kick factor while he's also trying to get to the center line, that might mess up his timing. And he can't just run away. So right now he'll be running away a lot. I have to figure out how to get him. This is a little bit early. Yeah, as you can see, he's just kind of waiting it out. Alright, now we get to the line. Alright, looks like it's a tie. But yeah, if I had kick factor while the countdown is getting to 0, that'll be a lot better. Alright, just chasing around. Axem playing pretty safe here. He could be doing turnaround kicks there, but looks like he chooses not to. Alright, so this should last till the end of the round. Oh, looks like he wasn't able to kick there. I was just kind of sitting there knowing he couldn't kick me, and then he tries to line to the tries to do a lightning to the line right at the last minute, and unable to get a perfect landing. Okay, dodge the lightning. All right, let's see. I should be able to pop kick factor now. Yep. Ooh. Actually, I probably had a good chance of getting killed there. I just not able to kick early enough after he did the lightning. But yeah, I think this is a valid strat for now. It might take some extra timing and on my kicks, but we'll see what happens. Maybe that'll force Axem to go in for kills before time runs out, just because he knows I have an option to stall out the line right now. I think I might have done this one a little bit early because I was so close to it, and I figure I could build up to it again. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, actually, I might have been a good activation. Oof. I think I had to try to come in to get to the line, and Axem recognized that and threw the lightning above me. Alright, do I wait here? No, looks like I'm activated. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good spot. In the corner there, if he swings a little bit low, I can actually catch him. We'll see if that situation comes up again. Oh, it did come up, but this time he goes for the lightning, and I was able to time that well as well. Alright, so just chasing. Oh, bad jump. Axem goes a little lower and gets me a headshot. And this is pretty bad. He could probably clean this up with it, even with a second headshot. Probably doesn't need it though. Yep. Even if he misses twice, he still has enough meter for lightning. So really bad spot for me to be in there. I haven't got headshot a lot, which is pretty good. So I'm playing this cleanly. I just can't seem to land the kills. I might think about, since I'm trying to get kick factor here, I might think about going to the meter gem or kick gem, since you tend to build meter faster. I'm a bit worried about not getting a high enough jump though. So it is my last match, so I think I do end up switching and trying it out. We'll see if that actually happens though, or unless I'm misremembering. I did play these matches and I'm recording the commentary afterwards, so I may or may not be remembering it correctly. Looks like I do go to character select, so yeah.
You're gonna pay for taking
Just so anybody who's watching knows, if you are playing in our tournaments, the winner has to keep the same character. They can change gems, but they should allow the person who lost the last game to pick the gem last, basically to counterpick the gem that the winner picks. So it's just something I've imposed on myself to keep the same character as I'm going through these leagues. And right now I'm sticking with Gat, so my only options are to switch gems. And I'm gonna go with the kick gem here. I think I remember it not being that effective. I think the strategy of going for kick factor at the end of time is still good, but I think I should have just stuck with the dive jump. Just because I feel like the Baz can now go a little bit lower because I can't threaten him with a higher jump, and that made my movement a little bit more tight. Ooh, double KO, really close match there. Baz gets a lightning in, but I kick him right as lightning hits me. I lose my kick factor though, so that's pretty bad. Yeah, so right there you can see my height might have been able to allow me to kick him in a different scenario. But this is a scenario I do want. Kick factor, time is running out, and looks like it causes Baz to drop his input and land right there in front of me. I think I used last of my meter for a car. I don't know if that was safe at all, so maybe I wouldn't do that next time. While I'm going through this motion, I'm trying to watch for the Baz doing lightning and trying to make sure I don't get hit by lightning or able to jump out of it. With my fast kickback, I should be able to get away from it. But it's just really recognizing when he does the lightning that's tough. Oof. There's a really low lightning by the Baz there. Gets me and cancels my kickback. It was really good. Oof. Yeah, I could see Axem like throwing out a little bit more lower attacks, and that might be a result of my gem pick here. Ooh, pretty good dodge on my part and staying alive and not getting killed with the test. But Axem still finds a way to land that kill. The reason I don't use grab gun at all in this matchup is just because the Baz can delay his attack and stay high, it doesn't really affect him that much, and doesn't look like I find a way to kill Axem with Gats, but hopefully next time I can try to utilize the dive gem and the kick factor timing well. This match is against Blabooer. I'm usually used to Blabooer going either shoals or fencer, and he's going dive today, which is unexpected. I'm feeling pretty good with Johnny Gat here. I'm trying to decide which gem here. I think I end up going with kick gem, and that's because I want to control the ground game a little bit better. With dive gem, I can kind of match his height, but I think I have a bit of a better ground game against dive, so I'm going to try to lean into that by getting the kick gem as well to help that out. So I'm going to walk forward, try to look for his movement, and punish any mistakes. Oh, okay, so I do end up using a grab gun attack in this particular game, and the way I like to set up as Johnny Gat is I'll do a kickback into it, and as I'm doing the kickback, I'll shoot out the hole, and if they try to punish my landing from the hole, the hole will actually stop their speed and stop them short. So it's a safe way to kind of get a hole up. And if I can get them to stop and stand, then the hole will kind of pull us closer together. And I have a confidence that my ground game is better than their ground game when we get close. And my kickback is usually better than their kickback when going into the hole. Kick factor there looks like it forced dive to kind of move into me, and so I just punish him for that. Kick factor can be a little bit of a gamble. When you activate it and it hits the other player, you never know what they might do, especially if they're button mashing just trying to get a kick out. So most of the time I kind of just let it hit and I look for opportunities, but it's really tough to like try to get close because you never know when they might kick. I'm pretty sure psychologically it's wearing on your opponent to have to deal with moving and not knowing your buttons, but just so you know, on my side it's also nerve-wracking just trying to figure out what the person's going to do and how to utilize that kick factor well. Looks like Blabooer is thinking of another character besides dive here. Markman. Markman was not something I've seen from Blab in a while. Probably not recently. I don't know what to expect here. He goes for the dive gem, which is unexpected. Most of the time when Markman players go with the gem pick, they'll go with the kick gem. In any case, I think that I'm just going to utilize my normals to get in aggressive attacks and try to stop him from building his kickbox. Ooh, glue. Okay, so there's a specific interaction with glue and car that I want to try to take advantage of here, and that's if I jump with car, it'll cause the car to stop when I'm in glue, and hopefully that messes up their timing to jump it, and I'll end up hitting them when it stops. There it is. Oh, it looks like I should have just done a regular car because it would have hit him. Ooh, and I actually get the kill here. I thought he was going to up kick me, but I was just fast enough, or he was a little late on his buttons. classic approach. Nail the landing there. Alright, sometimes I like to throw Car right off the bat. Maybe I'll catch him picking up an item. But it doesn't seem like it's fast enough, so I might not try that again.
Fraud detection warning.
Alright, the holes I think is really good for Gat here. I like 45 angle kicks and the hole because it's a really good, like, it covers a lot of space when you kick out of it at the top. So if I do see a black hole from Markman, I'm going to try to jump in and get that quick kick out. I think the only items I am worried about is probably spring and glue. Gas, I don't care since I don't care about my specials that much. Gas normally drains your meter, and if I don't care about meter, I can walk right through it. Oil allows me a forward jump, and black hole I can kind of jump into, like I said earlier. There's oil, I do a forward jump. He slides away. We got oil again. And Markman comes a bit more aggressive there. I hadn't expected that, and he catches me off guard. Oh. More sliding tricks. Okay, grab gun is kind of good here. It's gonna... The higher hole will cause some movement problems for Markman. And so I started to do a little more, but the way that Markman kicks, it can get controlled by the hole a lot. To the point where sometimes he gets stuck in the air too long. And so I'm going to try to utilize that until he can kind of use it to his advantage, because it is a bit of a double-edged sword. If he gets the right angle, he can start kicking me with a very horizontal kick. But until he gets that down, I'm going to try to use grab gun well. Ooh, that was a bit tough. I think when you press the kick button while you're mid-kick, it'll buffer it in, and so that whenever you land, you'll end up doing a kickback. I think Blabooer fainted in that one. Maybe he thought he can get away, but I just kicked it a bit too high for him. Alright, there it is. Yeah, that's a classic example of if you're Markman, you really have to watch out with your meter build kicks, because you might get stuck and get pulled too far away. Yeah, it looks like I was using the black hole to help me a lot here. And I'm not sure if Blabooer had adjusted to the black hole shenanigans just yet, so I was able to use that well. Alright, looks like game 5 is against SodaInMyCereal. And Soda goes Dr. Schultz. So this is another rough matchup for Gat just because he does have trouble with the higher jumpers. Kick Factor can do a little work against Schultz, who wants to stay in the air and presses a lot of buttons, but like I said before, it isn't great because he can pause. I'm basically going to try to play my defense and use Kick Factor to make him mess up his attacks against me. But one of the problems in this particular matchup is Gat's elbow. When he kicks forward, you'll see his back elbow come up, and a lot of the times you're going to want to get underneath Schultz, and sometimes that back elbow that's hittable is a really big liability. So we'll see how much it comes into effect in this matchup. Like most classic Schultz matchups, you want to focus on when she has 0 meter, try to catch her building meter, and then after that you're going to have to respect that she has more air tricks. I think I was trying to do a lot of cheeky cars, hoping to catch him kicking past me, and then the car would come from the other side to hit him. And I'm not sure it's very effective, so I might do it a lot in this matchup to try it out, but I don't think I wouldn't recommend it as a reliable strategy. I think Kick Factor might be more reliable. There's a meter build kick there. I did not, was not in a position to punish it though. Ooh. I think if Soda had the second kick there from the float, he probably would have had me, but it doesn't matter since he gets me to a headshot anyway. Yeah, this is pretty rough. I can see Dr. Schultz lining up a second one. Oh, there it is. Great pause by Soda, getting into a spot where I pretty much was dead in terms of I can't jump and I can't stand there. Gat is pretty wide, and he does turn around when you go past him. So it's very good to aim your kicks past him towards his back shoulder, and sometimes you'll still get a headshot. At this point, I'm probably going to switch levels because I don't like the rain. but I'm not sure on my gem. I'll probably keep the same gem.
You're gonna pay for taking my girl.
Yeah, I'm still gonna pick the dive gem. I give him a chance to pick his gem first, and it looks like he changed his gem to the dive gem. He was running kick gem earlier. I'm not sure if that's because he saw something in the other matchup, but maybe he did, or maybe it's a habit. But in any case, I think I'm sticking with dive gem either way. I need to get higher for Dr. Scholl's. And I just have to get my timing on those meter belt kicks. Ooh, just missed there. Able to just dodge and stay underneath, and he kicked a little bit too close, and I was able to punish him for that. Alright, Soda commits to a very long attack there using his dodge cancel, or his air float to kind of extend his kick a little bit more, but he was really low, and I was able to just jump over it. About to get kick factor here. Looks like I'm backing up to try to activate it so it's on her side. Yep. Now it is. Oh, I'm betting that SodaInMyCereal wanted to jump up in that moment. Instead, his jump button was actually, or his dive button was actually his kick button. He ends up doing a kickback against the wall and nowhere to go, and I just landed the headshot. Oh, that's me accidentally hitting the spacebar there. And a very bad approach where Dr. Schultz could have done a second kick to hit me, but doesn't really matter since he didn't do that second kick. Even if I hit the spacebar in these online matches, it doesn't pause for the other player. It just messes myself up. So there was nothing. The other player probably didn't see that pause at all. That was just my fault. My buttons are fairly close to the spacebar, so that can happen. Surprised it hasn't happened more, actually. Able to hit that meter build kick really well. That's the kind of kills I want to get against Dr. Scholl's. Alright, about to get kick factor. Alright, we'll see if I can utilize it anyway. Not sure if that messed up his buttons there for trying to do a turnaround kick, but I'll take it. I used car there at the end, just because I was at the end of my kick factor, but it does commit you to a very long animation, and I'm not sure it's worth it. I mean, I'm throwing out a random card just to get a random hit, but I think it locked me in the same position that was a lot worse, and I ended up getting headshot. So I should probably not try that again. Hopefully I don't. Trying to be too efficient with my last sliver of kick factor. He's about to get kick factor now. Oh, he spends a little bit of meter on a float. I mistimed my jump up. SodaInMyCereal is just high enough to land a kill, and I can't get above. He's about to get kick factor now. I have to respect it.
Stress fractures.
Alright, he's at 0 meters. Good time to get a kill. Ooh, I barely missed his landing there. He ends up getting out, and I'm thinking I can jump over that again and mistime it. Ooh, he could have done a pause there to extend his kick, but looks like it didn't help either way since my jump was pretty high, thanks to the dive jam. It looks like SodaInMyCereal is going to the character select. Looks like he might be going back to that kick jam. Maybe he had some ideas with the dive jam, but they weren't working out. Overall, I think I'm doing pretty well against this particular Dr. Scholl's. Not sure if I would have anything else I could change, since I don't think that you should be able to do JrJam or any other gem against Dr. Scholl's here. I'd probably just have to do some kind of gameplay change where I might get more aggressive or risky with hitting meter build kicks. If you ever see me do a grab gun, it's most likely because I made a bad jump and I just need more time. Because Dr. Scholl's can float in the air, she can kind of just nullify the problems with the gravity taking her somewhere. She can just pause and wait for me to like land and hit me. So I don't like the grab gun against Dr. Scholl's at all. Looks like I'm hitting the meter build kicks well though. I'm still doing a guard. I should not be doing that anymore. Oh no. Okay, this is a big problem. with the way Johnny Gat's head is leaned forward when he's concussed, this turnaround can be really bad with Dr. Troll's kick factor. Alright, that's 2 lined up, Soda can line up even more here. Uses a pause. Oh, I'm able to get away. And he misses, and I'm able to punish. 1 more to seal the set. I'm gonna get a meter build kick here. Oh, nope. Oh, I do. Just a second one. Maybe it's something I felt and it seemed like Soda was trying to take 1 step there, and kind of felt it even a few games past. Good games though. Looks like I'm playing against TacBac, who is an Uncle Sensei player. I might have hit my recording a little bit late since it started a little bit late, but able to get the character select here. Try to decide on the gem, and DiveJam will allow me a better retreat and a faster like dodge, but I think I want Kick Gem here to try to limit the movement of Uncle Sensei. If I can get in there faster, I can kind of stop his movement a little bit more. I'm not sure how TacBac plays Uncle Sensei. He's also new to the group, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so it looks like I'm just trying to be very patient, trying to figure out what TacBac is up to, so I kind of want to just push forward and see what he does with his movement to try to get a read on his pattern. Oh, very good switch. Hits me in the head. With Uncle Sensei, you always have to worry about both angles. Oh, I barely get underneath that dive punch. But since Uncle Sensei can switch stances by using his air special, you pretty much have to think which kick is most detrimental, but also expect that both can come out. So my strategy here as Gat is just use my kickback to stay away from him, but also stay close enough that I can punish his dive punch, because dive punch is pretty slow, and so moving with it is kind of bad. I throw a cheeky car in here. Normally it's not that great against Uncle Sensei, but I figure if TacBac hasn't seen it yet, I might be able to catch him, and I do. But yeah, I'm gonna walk forward a little bit, see what TacBac does, what kind of switches he uses. I'm really looking for the dive punch. If I can get down the pattern of his dive punch, I could try to hit him in the head as he's coming down. Since when Sensei does dive punches, his head is close to his feet. Okay, I make a bad jump there. I thought I'd be able to hit him if he does a dive punch, but he doesn't, and I get stuck in the air and try to use air special to kind of change my landing a little bit. Yeah, I'm being fairly patient here. Activate kick factor with Shawnee behind him. Ooh. I thought he was going to go in for a jump or something, and I did not think that his dive punch would reach me. TacBac goes in for a super jump attack. I haven't seen too much of that, but we'll see how much he does it as we go forward. Ooh, just missed. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to just gauge when he's doing his dive punch. I think he does it when I'm very far away and I'm not actually getting the attack in, but kind of keeping him back far enough that I'm actually decently building meters. So we get another kick factor encounter here. I try to finish the landing, I miss, but I think TacBac was having trouble getting out of the corner because his buttons were getting messed up, so that worked pretty well. Yeah, I might do a car here just because it's at the last of my meter, and I do. I really gotta change that habit in terms of gotta decide if it's worth it in the matchup, because I think Uncle Sensei with super jump can actually catch me in the animation. Oh, okay, so TacBac right there was pushing me back a little bit. He makes a bad jump though, and I'm able to punish his landing. Actually, you know what? It might not be a bad jump, because if he actually kicks, that might catch me. And so maybe I was just doing a risky landing punish there. Ooh, yeah, I remember this. So TacBac's actually going to switch, and he plays S-Kill next. And this is pretty exciting because I haven't seen an S-Kill in the tournaments for a while. So I was pretty excited to see what kind of S-Kill he would bring. I do like Johnny Gat's kick factor against S-Kill. Most of the double jumpers have a problem with kick factor because they are pressing a lot of buttons in the air. I also like Gat's normals against S-Kill. Because he kicks so low and he has really good ground movement, he can stifle S-Kill's meter build as well as avoid the parry. So I'm going to push forward here because you can't leave S-Kill alone. S-Kill thrives off of parry and meter, and in order to do that he has to build a lot of meter. And if you are on him, then he'll have less meter for his attacks. About to get kick factor soon too. I probably won't worry too much about it and just make sure to keep S-Kill on low meter, and if I happen to get close, I'll try to activate it behind. There, I didn't activate it correctly. TacBac hits is a very good trick though, knocks my kick factor before it has any chance to take effect. It looks like I'm whiffing here. S-Kill is coming forward for an attack, and I'm not recognizing that I can punish that. And it looks like even when I do try, I'm messing up my timing. Another good trick there by TacBac. Yeah, I probably don't want grab gun in this scenario. S-Kill can do a double jump, which allows him to escape from it, as well as trick, which might put me in a spot where I can't even do a kickback because I'm stuck in the gravitational pull. I might recognize that he has meter for trick here and be very patient and wait for it. Yeah, I'm just going to dodge it and get going. Yep. There is a play that TacBac can do. With the way that Johnny Gat does a kickback, it's pretty high, so it could just land into a parry. But it doesn't look like it does, and I'm able to get that kill. Alright, last match is against Capconian. Capconian is also a good Dr. Scholes, so it's going to be a rough one for Gat again. I'm going to go ahead and go with Divekick. Don't know why I was thinking about KickJam at all. Maybe I was thinking maybe I want to be more aggressive against Capconian's meter build kicks, but decide on sticking with the tried and true Divekick.
Yes, from above. Round.
Alright, first one, able to get the meter build kick there. Capconian does have a higher rate of letting that first kick go, so I have to be careful and not get caught by that. Really low kick there. Maybe he was thinking I was going to try to punish a meter build kick, but I don't. I'm just ready for the longer kick.
Achilles tendon rupture.
Round 4.
Oof. Yeah, I think I got caught in a kickback there. Capconian approached right at the right time. Ooh, I'm able to get that second hit. I'm looking to close this first game out with the headshot. Okay, throw a car here. Forces him to jump. And oh, I just missed the punish on the landing. That happened the last game too, where as I'm kicking them, I hit their bottom of the legs before they land, and those don't have a hitbox until they hit the ground. Okay, I tried to do a cheeky car to try to catch them passing me, but yeah, I probably should not be doing that. It's inoptimal, I guess you could say. Oh, and there's the elbow. I did mention that first game against Dr. Scholes, and here we see it in action. If my elbow wasn't there, he wouldn't be able to get that kill. I would be able to stay underneath, but Capconian with a great comeback here. He was concussed and had to survive that concussion and brought it all the way back to take the game. So hopefully I stay away from doing car. Hopefully I just focus on kick factor now because that's the only real effective weapon I have. Oh, that was a good chance for me to get a kill there on the first meter build kick, but I think I was a bit too aggressive at the beginning trying to build meter. Ooh, great cancel there by Capconian. I was hoping that he would just kick over me and I would punish him, but I tried to do that, but he ended up just stalling and kicking again. that time I'm able to hold my button and stay down on the ground. I wonder if he can actually get an early kick so that he can actually come down on my head from there. Because he just went just past, but maybe he can adjust his timing for next time. Okay, I get kick factor. I'm not sure if that messed up his buttons there. It could have. I did hit him, but I'm not sure if he was intending to cancel or not. That one definitely messed up his buttons. Yeah, you can see how he went into a cancel. I think he didn't hit the kick because his kick had changed. He might have mashed at that point, ended up getting stuck in a float right before he landed, which allowed me to get the easy kill there. Yeah, kick factor can be an issue for Shoals if they're pressing a lot of buttons in the air, but we'll see how many more times I'll get an actual effective as that move. Most of the time, like, I'm wondering what's going to happen, so I'm very cautious when kick factor's up. Ooh, able to punish that meter build kick. That's what we're looking for. He's got meter now for turnaround, so I have to be wary. Ooh, very good turnaround there by Dr. Shoals, recognizing that I was trying to go the other way and just chases me down. Alright. So I recognize that he's trying to hit me on the turnarounds, the lower turnaround, so I'm able to kind of get far enough away to the edge of his kick, to the point where I can dodge it. Oh, it looks like he doesn't want to deal with my kick factor at all. He just goes and flies away. Looks like kick factor is still messing him up here. I, unfortunately, am not able to hit it. Cancels a kick that would have killed me, but he still chases me down just fine. Ooh, I barely missed that. I think that was a great cancel by Cap. He just didn't get the kick out fast enough. Oh, what am I doing? Stop doing that, car. Alright. Capconian's going pretty low now. I guess as Gat, I have to recognize and be able to do a higher jump now. Ooh. Alright, able to survive another one, put another game on the board, and now I'm close to closing this set out. Hopefully I can keep the defense high. If Capconian ever lands a headshot, I'm going to be in big trouble.
Yes, from above.
Alright, let's look for that meter build kick right now. Ooh, I'm just short on my attack there. And also, I think that because I was short, also put me in a bad position where I can't really just be safe. Like, he can actually do a double kick and hit me. So I had to do something, and I jumped, and he ended up kicking me. Ooh, just getting far enough with that kickback and able to punish that low kick chase. Oh no, I think I tried to go under there. Capconian catches me and just does another jump kick really low though. Ooh. I'm lucky to get out of there, but I do have to deal with kick factor now. Oh, really good. Really good turnaround there, but I think Capconian's going a bit too low, and I'm able to capitalize and hit him. Alright, he's got 0 meter. I should be able to catch this. I do. And he's concussed, so it's a good way to close it out. I'll probably go for car here. I don't know if it's the best move against concussed, but it forces him to jump. Oh, yeah, I think that if I can at least time that landing kick, I'd do a lot better. In any case, I'm still able to chase him down and get the kill. Still, great games with Capconian and the rest of the league. Thank you for watching.